Hallo und herzlich willkommen zurück zur neuen Folge von Vampyr. Im letzten Part haben wir auch ein paar Informationen hier bei den Docs gesammelt. Und waren eigentlich kurz mal auf der Suche nach Hampton, nachdem der noch hier sein sollte. Irgendwo.
It's locked, all right.
Eigentlich. Zuerst von der Information, die wir gehört haben. Ja, er ist sogar noch hier. Schau, wie es denn jetzt eigentlich geht. Oder wir können gar nicht mehr mit ihm sprechen. Und auch jetzt.
Welcome back to my humble shelter, Dr. Reed. Are you here to subdue me again?
No, Sean. I just came by to see how you are.
I feel all right. Why'd you ask?
Are you still feeding on corpses?
No. It's almost as though the blood you forced me to drink has provided me eternal satisfaction.
How are things in your shelter? Between the mortals and the immortals, I mean.
Even if we're all children of God, I've always maintained a strict frontier between the two communities.
What do you fear?
A few years ago, a Skal decided to pay a nocturnal visit to my sleeping customers. He got caught licking their necks in the dark. Since then, I have added a lock to the door.
What if food became scarce? Wouldn't the immortals in your flock be tempted to feed on the living? Wouldn't you?
The Skals can feed on the dead, Doctor. And until Judgment Day, mortals will continue dying.
How is the sanitary situation in this part of town?
I think it's acceptable. Fewer cases of sickness recently. I thank the Lord for his mercy.
Ja, natürlich.
Would you let me listen to your chest, Sean?
No, Dr. Reed. You already forced me to drink your blood, and I thank you for that, for I feel better now. But it was quite an unpleasant experience.
It would help me greatly if you would allow me to give you a physical examination.
I said no. I'm no subject of medical examination, and I intend only to obey and to kneel before God.
How did you meet old Bridget?
When younger, I used to patrol the streets at night, searching for lost souls. This is how I met her. It took me 2 months just to get her name. Now we support each other.
Had you already visited their hideout in the sewers?
Just once, and very briefly. Most of them are very discreet, and they see me as an outsider, even if I protect them.
You really are a saint, Sean.
Oh, no, sir, I'm not. But I know evil, and I believe goodwill and tenacity can make this world a better place.
Have you seen Harriet Jones since taking her to old Bridget?
No, she is with the sewer Skals now. I don't go downstairs.
What happened at the Pembroke?
I guess we recognized each other. As Skals, I mean. She had but one thought. To punish. To get revenge upon everything and everyone. I realized I had to bring her here quickly.
But why did she fake her own death? There was so much blood in her room. She attacked patients, too.
I just lost her for a minute that night. When I found her, she had caused mayhem across the hospital. I slapped some sense into her, and we fled before getting caught.
What happened then?
We ran here through narrow streets and backyards. She kept saying that someone was talking to her in the dark, offering to avenge her. But I saw nobody.
Ja, das haben wir auch schon gehört.
Farewell, Sean. Take good care of your flock and of yourself.
Okay. Ja, weiß nicht, ob man das als Gerät bezeichnen kann oder so. Ich frage mich halt auch noch immer, wo der sich rumtreibt. Jetzt den Film mit den Hinweisen. Ihn haben wir jetzt rausbekommen aus den Abwasserkanälen. Keine Ahnung, wo er hin ist. Den beiden fehlen mir immer noch ein paar Hinweise. Delaney könnte ich eigentlich erledigen. Mit ihnen 3 fehlen mir auch noch zu viele Hinweise. Vielleicht sollte ich den Hospital noch mal einen Besuch abstatten. Beziehungsweise den hier. Ich glaube, das wäre keine schlechte Idee. So, gegen die Bestie möchte ich nicht unbedingt kämpfen. Nach wie vor. Ganz kurz. Ich hatte mir keinerlei Personen mehr, die wir nicht schon hatten. Delaney zahlt sich gerade nicht aus, glaube ich.
It's the dog's fault, they say. Then the gangs, the epidemics, everyone's throwing the blame.
Schau gerade, was der schnellste Weg zum Hospital ist, aber ich hier durch. Und da komme ich zu wieder ein paar Wächtern vorbei. Soll mich aber weniger stören, theoretisch. Die bekämpfen sich hier gerade gegenseitig. Dürfen sie auch gerne machen, habe ich nichts gegen. Ich möchte doch nur zurück zum Pembroke. Was sagen wir so? Und das ist auch erledigt. Okay. Das ist ein bisschen nervig. Ah ne, der hat Kopfschmerzen. Sie leider eine Schöpfung.
Good evening, Nurse Brannigan.
Good evening, Doctor.
Do you require medical assistance, Nurse?
I will be fine as soon as I can get some sleep.
Nurse, you won't be able to help people if you're sick. Take this, and do try to get some rest.
I'll try, Dr. Reed. Thank you.
Habe ich eigentlich bei Jan irgendeinen Hinweis? Nö. Nicht wirklich.
Goodbye.
Ja, da ist auch eine Schöpfung.
Good evening.
Schon ja.
I'd
Mal
like
schauen,
to
ob der
see your
irgendwas Neues
My
hat.
choice, Doctor.
Eine Schrotflinte. Ich weiß auch gerade nicht, wie viel mehr Schaden die macht. Teile ich das aus? Das ist schon relativ teuer.
Good evening.
Ja, stimmt, ja. Das hatte ich gar nicht. Hat gar nicht mit ihm gesprochen, was die Schwester kündigen wollte.
Do you know that Nurse Hawkins is thinking of leaving the hospital?
That's not a surprise. The We've talked about it already.
Does it not bother you?
Sometimes I think she may be right. We should run away while we can. Question is, where can we go? Where is it safe?
Ja, das ist eine gute Frage.
Do you need any medical help, Milton?
I'm afraid I do. Like everyone in this hospital. It's a sad state of affairs when even the hospital workers are worried about disease.
Our job brings us into contact with all kinds of infections, Milton. There's no shame in being ill while you're in a hospital.
That's easy for you to say, Doctor. I get the feeling you don't fall sick often. Well, thanks, anyway.
Goodbye.
Ist doch ein bisschen schwierig, als Vampir krank zu werden, glaube ich. Tja, was als kommen.
Good evening.
Evening.
Soldier,
Not really.
as long as you remain here, I will make sure you don't have to worry about your health.
Don't think you can do much about it. Damage is done.
Ich weiß nicht, ob der Hinweis bei ihm noch wichtig wäre.
Goodbye for now, Mr. L.
So, hat sie noch irgendwas offen?
Good.
Daily routine.
Ja, sie hat noch eine Sache. Ja, Mr. Elwood. Wer war das nochmal? Wer war das nochmal? Hatten wir den überhaupt? Ah, so ja. Okay.
Tell me, Thelma, why do you feel so attached to Mr. Elwood? Why him?
I'm not sure, Doctor. I think we have a bond of some sort. We've both suffered so much. He's the only mortal I find interesting.
Would you say you and Mr. Elwood are romantically involved?
No. No, Thomas is a delicate soul. Even though he disguises it. But I am not the woman he needs. No, for I am a vampire, Doctor.
Do you plan to make him a vampire too?
Of course not. How could I inflict my curse on anybody else? I'm not that cruel, Doctor.
I'll
I wonder what your last thoughts would be, sir.
Schon haben wir da jetzt noch eine
Good evening.
Information? Nö, das war nicht die Information, die wir gebraucht haben. Egal. Dann haben wir ihn noch und die Mutter, die erkrankt sind.
I'm quite busy right now, Doc.
Do you need my assistance?
Don't be ridiculous. I'm capable of dealing with this myself. I've just not taken the time to do so.
Then you are lucky that I have taken the time to do so. Consider it a gesture of solidarity between professionals.
I wish this hospital could have received as much attention from you, Dr. Reed. We do not see you in surgery very often.
Okay, bei ihm fiel mir die
Thank you for
Kontrollrechte,
your time. We'll talk later.
beziehungsweise die Bandstufe, so rum.
Good evening.
Do you require medical attention as well, Mrs. Goswick?
Do you know you're the only one who's asked me this? No, I don't feel well, actually.
Despite what you think about this place, I can tell you with absolute certainty, taking this will help you recover.
Well, at least your reputation seems well deserved. Unfortunately, I can't say the same for this hospital.
Natürlich. Stimmt, wir hatten ja auch noch die Briefe.
Goodbye, Mrs. Goswick.
Ja. Okay.
Good.
Da fehlt mir auch der Hinweis. Ich weiß halt nicht. Bin halt nie sicher, was genau damit auf sich hat, wenn man es entweder oder den Personen geben kann.
I have to go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Don't waste your time with me.
So, dann hatten wir noch ihn.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Ja, müsste auch krank sein, ja.
Is there anything...
Really? Why has no one else asked me that since I got here? I thought I was in a hospital.
Unfortunately, you are not the only person who needs help. And complaining about it won't do you any good.
Well, perhaps you're right, Dr. Reed. I'm sure if me missus was still alive, she wouldn't be happy with me going on like this.
Genau, da fehlt mir auch noch die eine Frage.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Fiddick. I'll see you later.
Und sonst ist eigentlich nur noch er hier draußen erkrankt. Er könnte auch was Neues im Laden haben.
Please show me what.
Of course. It's just trinkets.
Okay, einfach mit Zeug zum Herstellen. Ist das euch teuer? Warum nicht? Es geht. Ich kann es sicher auch so finden. Aber ich nehme es auch mal mit.
Tomorrow, more. Good evening.
Do you need medical attention?
Well, the proximity of the dead is not the most healthy company, even if the quiet can be appreciated.
Don't take too many risks with your health, Mr. Chidana. None of us are immune to this disease.
And that is a good thing. Death and disease is a constant reminder of our mortality. But you have my thanks, Dr. Reed.
Und bei ihm hatten wir auch noch, glaube ich, den Brief.
Tell me the truth about your appointment as a medic during the war, Rakesh.
The regiment administration appointed me by mistake. I had to learn the job on the spot, sir. Very hard, sir, but I rose to the challenge.
You can't impersonate a doctor. You can't improvise a medical education. People could die at your hands.
You're absolutely right, sir. But as a field surgeon, it was more like being a butcher.
Do you believe you have really helped these people?
My ratings were within the averages of the regiment. I saved lives, Dr. Reed. Does that not say enough about triage and war surgery?
Do you realize how many soldiers died because of that decision? You should have refused.
Yes, sir. I swear I did, sir. But no one listened. When the first wounded arrived, I had to do what I could.
It is an unbelievable story, Mr. Chidana.
It was a time beyond belief, Dr. Reed. But I'm happy not to deal with the wounded. I prefer caring for the dead now.
Ja, natürlich.
Goodbye, Mr. Chid.
It never ceases.
Ja, ich meine, im Krieg sterben sowieso viel zu viele, einfach so. Und ja, macht's fast keinen Unterschied. So, die holen sich jetzt alle. Stimmt, das mit dem Brief hatten wir jetzt bei ihm gar nicht dran. Das geht schon nur das Strickland an. Beziehungsweise mit der Lieferung. Müssen wir doch auch hier draußen irgendwo.
Good evening, Dr. Strickland.
And good evening to you, Dr. Reed. Can I be of any help?
Tell me, Thoreau, what's the real cause of your dislike for Dr. Aykroyd?
He refuses to admit that your blood transfusion technique is the only way to save Mr. Fiddick. I'm convinced we must use it.
What Dr. Ackroyd really said is that you lack the skill to perform this operation efficiently. Is there anything you have to say about this?
It's a false conceit. Dr. Ackroyd secretly envies your reputation. His jealousy blinds him. I'm not the real target here.
Ja, und wir haben noch ein paar Informationen zu
I
liefern.
located the shop, but it was vandalized, and the owner is missing. All I found was your order.
I was afraid of such bad news. People are so desperate they're ready to burgle a shop for drugs.
That's quite a list you ordered. Opium, sodium hypochlorite. It can't be just headaches you're trying to cure.
This dreadful influenza, of course. I already ran some tests on hopeless cases. Without success, I must admit.
Do you realize you could create a lethal poison without the correct dosage? Then there are the legal ramifications.
Is this not true of any medical substance, Dr. Reed? However, if you would agree to improve it, I'd be glad to accept your help.
As long as you promise to be scrupulous with your experiments, I may try to gather these substances, and even help improve upon the mixture.
That's all I'm asking for, Dr. Reed. That's all I'm asking.
Natürlich.
I want to know about these secret tests you run, and if they can save people from this epidemic. Speak to me now, Thoreau.
I know I may sound presumptuous, but I'm just following your steps, Dr. Reed. I'm casting away the shadows of ignorance by daring to face them.
Self-confidence is essential in our line of work, my young colleague, but only if tempered with the correct amount of cynicism.
But you never doubt yourself, Dr. Reed. I've read all your articles and books. You performed the most daring research during the war.
Schwierig. Ja, stimmt schon, haben wir nicht schon genug zu tun. Beziehungsweise wir könnten ihn jetzt doch einfach unterstützen. Das wird, glaube ich, kaum eine Auswirkung haben.
Don't you think we have enough work already? Perhaps now is not the best time to be chasing shadows.
Chasing shadows, really? It's funny those words coming from the only doctor here who has spent more time outside this hospital than in.
Ja, stimmt auch wiederum.
Goodbye, Dr. Strickland. I can't let Strickland put his patients at risk with opium. Perhaps an adjusted formula will deliver more of a placebo effect.
Schauen, was hat sich verändert. Bei Inhaltsstoff und fertiges Medikament dann. Arbeitstisch, Arbeitstisch, was ist eine Eisentat hat einen medizinischen Arbeitstisch. So ist da oben. So. Einmal Abkürzung nehmen.
Strickland's project could be dangerous. I have a mind to report him to Dr. Ackroyd.
Jetzt kurz hier reinschauen. Okay, die Schrotflinte hätte schon mehr Schaden gemacht, definitiv. Hätte sich vielleicht ausgezahlt. Aber auch nur vielleicht. Jetzt ist dann wieder die Frage, zu wem bringe ich das Medikament? Oder melde ich ihn einfach? Okay, bei der Mutter ist das wusste ich gar nicht mehr, dass bei der Mutter eine Antwort fehlgeschlagen ist. Habe ich verdrängt. Ich gebe jetzt einfach einen Brief, glaube ich, ab. Bringen wir den Sohn.
circumstances, I'm willing
Good.
to give you the benefit of the doubt.
I have retrieved your letter, Mr. Goswick. I can assure you that nobody read it but me.
Thank you. This is for you, then. For your help. And for your silence.
I think you should talk to your mother. It would be good for both of you.
Thank you, Dr. Reed. I'll think about it. Now please, let me be.
Okay. Ja, hat uns ein bisschen Geld geben. Sonst
I
auch
have to
nichts.
go now, sir. But don't hesitate to contact me if you need any help.
Schon.
Don't waste your time with me.
Reads me like a book. I never could keep anything from her.
Sonst können wir hier... Man hat uns jetzt nicht den Hinweis gegeben, den ich gehofft hatte. Aber ist auch okay. Das habe ich auch schnell verdrängt, Mastering. Ja, na gut. Ja, die drei sollte ich vielleicht noch heilen. Hat ja in der Bezug gerade oft bedenklich steht. Was ja eigentlich nicht gut ist. Weil man ist ja nur einmal da durch. Und dann ist man eigentlich schon dort. Ja, eins dagegen hat man jetzt auch noch. Die soll mich ziemlich stören. Wenig bis kaum, sagen wir es so rum. Das ist ein bisschen doof mit dem Bug. Das tritt ein Fehler auf. Na gut. Allerdings, bevor wir jetzt hier was machen, werde ich den Part an der Stelle auch schön beenden. Ich danke euch fürs Zusehen. Lasst mir Bewertung da, was euch gefallen hat. Wenn ihr nichts das wollt, könnt ihr euch gerne ein Abo da lassen. Und ich hoffe, wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge von Vampyr wieder. Ciao.